Hello and welcome to another video in the channel. Today we are going to be discussing my singing monsters iceberg. I will be saying MSM instead of my singing monsters throughout the video. Credit for the iceberg goes to Pizza Rolls 87 on Reddit. I will also skip entries that I couldn't find research on in this video. Like the video and subscribe if you want to. BTW, I don't use the other islands aside from the main element islands because I don't really like them. With that out of the way, let's begin the iceberg.
Dawn of Fire. This is the sequel to MSM. In the sequel, instead of having the normal monsters from the first game, instead we have their baby counterparts. Their adult versions are also in this game along with brand new monsters. TikTok revived the game. The popular app TikTok revived the game because someone started posting funny yet stupid videos on TikTok, then everyone started doing the same thing. These videos can be ranking every epic Wobots, or something to do with the Earth Island song. Composer app. The Composer app is a side series on the first game. It focuses on the Composer Island by adding new monsters and more options. It only cost $4.99. MSM Live. MSM Live was live streams where they would talk about the background information, fan art, and etc. Is it cold outside? Is it cold outside are part of the lyrics to Cold Island. The Talker and Magpie monsters both sing this song. They can be found in other islands. Pandemonium. A live show made by Wind Sun Sky Entertainment. Their host are Pom Pom, Purple, and Mammoth. This show was made in order to focus on the fans. Also Pom Pom, Purple, and Mammoth are 3D models. Mammoth and My Pom Pom. These games are talking Tom-like games in where you take care of them by feeding them and playing with them. There are only slight differences between the two games. They got removed from the app stores due to the games only being able to work on older phones. Pong Ping. Pong Ping is a monster that uses ping-pong-like rackets to hit himself in both cheeks to make sounds. His cheeks will also inflate when he is going to hit them. Magical islands are cuter islands. I couldn't really find anything on this. But if I had to say something, is that the magical islands are more calm than all the other islands, which I guess makes them cute. The Pocket Dimension. This is an alternate dimension in the monster world that is only inhabited by ethereal and magical class monsters such as Gast and Geo. Monsters can only go there by teleporting. Fire Frontier. Fire Frontier was supposed to be the third Fire Island before being changed to Psychic Island in a contest. MSM Playground. This game is a multiplayer game where you compete to win, just like Mario Party. It was released on November 9, 2021 for Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and 5, and Steam for Windows. Dabloons. At first I thought this was something to do with BTD6, but I was wrong. Dabloons was a trend where a cat would give you a made-up currency. Sometimes a cat would steal your dabloons. You can also buy stuff with this currency. What does this have to do with MSM? Well, whenever they would make a dabloons video, most of the time the background music was Cold Island. Thumpy's Game. This was a game made by Big Blue Bubble, the same creator of MSM. Thumpy's inspired many creations. The seam is a metaphysical barrier separating the monster world from the human world. The Tribal Island, Sugarbush Island, and Composer Island all have human influences that have the player do more than the other islands. A Thing. This is a game where you fling creatures called things into the air to collect bubbles. You must manage your limited number of shots. Something to note is that in MSM the Thing creature appears in the free Thing decoration and can be bought for 500 star points. Gold was the last island. Back when the game first came out, Gold Island was the final island. Gold Island's theme proves that. But then they started adding new updates and islands, not making Gold Island the final island. MSM, this a copy of MSM that is meant to attract little children. Their app icon for -5 reason changes every second. The game is just MSM in Ohio. Monstrous. Monstrous is the alphabet used by the monsters in MSM. The monsters also have their own numbers. The numbers were shown in a picture of a calendar. Stabler Medrica. When I searched it up, all I found was videos about MSM, nothing else. Flute Fly was the Earth Quad. Basically every main element island has a monster that is hard to breed and has 4 elements, and Flute Fly was supposed to be the quad for the Earth Island. But it got changed into Chorister and Flute Fly didn't come out until 2019. Deuce. Deuce is a scraped monster that would have came out with Kongal. It was on the loading screen on top of the volcano, but it got switched to Bisonosaurus. DOF Wubox. DOF Wubox, or Dawn of Fire Wubox, was asked about in a Big Blue Bubble live stream. The person asked if Baby Wubox would be in the game, and Big Blue Bubble said no because Wubox was made after Dawn of Fire. Wickman. Wickman is the very few critters in MSM. They appear in Earth Island. They're also the only critter to not have a Mirror Island counterpart. The Cataclysm. What I think the Cataclysm is from my research is the entire MSM timeline. I'm not entirely sure if this entry is right or wrong. DOF structures on Mirror Island. There is a theory that the Mirror Islands are the original continent from DOF, and to support this theory the DOF structures are on the Mirror Island. Furcorn was the first monster created. Basically Furcorn was the first to be designed when they were making monsters. He is not the first to be created in the actual canon. Mantis Girl. Mantis Girl, otherwise known as Zechariah Babcock, is a YouTuber. Her content ranges from making fan-made MSM monsters or islands and remixes, or even classes for monsters. Her most notable creation was the Upbeats class. Those Singing Monsters. This was a cancelled cartoon made by Wind Sun Sky Studios. It was announced on July 2017, and in May 2018 they tweeted about the cartoon. It was announced to be called Those Singing Monsters, but the series got cancelled before it came out. There is only one image on it, and the designs look like the ones from Fandemonium. The Lost Landscape. What I could find on this was a fan game called MSM The Lost Landscape. It was made by Azuran and Stormsnake. I couldn't find the announcement date on it or anything else. My Musical Cats Fantastic Beats, MMC FB, or what I like to call it My Ohio Cats and Florida Beats, is a rip-off of MSM. These rip-offs are more not known than other rip-offs. Mystery Monster in The Monster World. All I could find was a video made by MPG that says that there is a weird laugh in Cold Island. The laugh is hard to hear because the only recording that I found of it has a Wubox play its sound. Also in the same MPG video he talked about another monster. This time it is in the intro singing in a weird way. Rogopok. This is a YouTuber similar to Mantis Girl where they make fan-made monsters and islands. Some of his work includes Jolly Island and Rainforest Island. Monsters eat gobbledygook. This could be meaning the fact that in Gobbledygook's bio it mentions that for its holiday monsters eat savory turkey. Also you can make cooked turkey in the bakery, similar to how you can make a cake with eyeballs which looks exactly like Jamboree the cake monster with eyeballs, pretty dark. My Muppets Show. My Muppets Show is a crossover between MSM and Muppets, at least that is what I think it is. It has pretty cool songs from what I have heard. In June 17, 2013 the game was released in Australia, and on August 1, 2013 it was released worldwide. The game got discontinued on January 9, 2015. Those Singing Monsters unaired pilot. This could be talking about an image that I am going to show now. This can also maybe talking about some kind of pilot that aired. I did see a video talking about the cartoon before when it was first announced that on October 13th they will reveal their first presentation on the show, but I guess the presentation got cancelled. I couldn't find anything about the cancelled event. Grumpler1010, he is a YouTuber that made Cartoon Island and other fan-made islands. He renamed himself to Toxic Tube Man, that is why when you search up his videos he is not called Grumpler1010. Weirdos eat monsters. In the lyrics for the Plant Island they mention that a note becomes a monster, but then there is an image of a weirdo about to eat a note. These monsters are kinda sus. Spurret is Dr. Warden E. Spurret. For those that don't know Dr. Spurret, he is the first human to ever come and talk to the monsters in the monster world. He managed to do this when he was tinkering with unknown radio frequencies. Anyways, people think that Spurret is Dr. Spurret because they have really similar names, plus they're both explorers and Spurret is really similar to a human. Also in Spurret's bio they mention that no one knows if he is native to the monster world. Rare Wobarks cover-up, I couldn't find any information about it, but I did come up with something. In the 2019 MSM summer song, at one point in the song of Wobarks is dancing and other one is right behind it copying its dance moves. Later in the 2020 summer song the same two Wobarkses are dancing, but this time they revealed that the Wobarks right behind it was a rare Wobarks. Pompom says sus. I know I made up this entry, but when I was watching the first episode of Fandemonium, Pompom was doing a challenge where she had to lick Mammoth's foot, and when she was told that she had to do it she said that Mammoth's feet were sus looking. Furcorn's hidden talent, I also added this one to the iceberg, but in the same Fandemonium episode when Furcorn's mouth was closed and he was somehow still talking. Afterwards, when his mouth was working again, Furcorn said that his hidden talent was being able to talk with his mouth closed. Well, that will do it for today. Did you enjoy the video? I hope you did. I will see you guys soon. Like the video, subscribe, and I will be watching you no matter where you are and who you are.